Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jason. I am back again with another video, and this one is going to be a little bit of a heavy metal update. I got some CDs and cassettes to show you guys, as well as a little concert review of this band, Korrosive, Canadian thrash, killer band. Been around for about 10 years, I guess. My first time seeing them live, and of course, they were opening up for the mighty Sacrifice, Legends of Canada as well. My second time seeing Sacrifice, actually, and did not disappoint. Although I have to acknowledge that Sacrifice is not the easiest band to listen to sometimes, because a lot of their tracks, there's just not a lot of hooks, a lot of memorable standout tracks I find in their catalog. I grew up, of course, on Torment and Fire, the debut. That was my jam, and I would put them probably in my top 5, if not top 10 Canadian metal bands, favorite metal bands, up there with Razor, Exciter, Anvil, Annihilator, all the rest. But these guys, Korrosive, man, they really put on a killer performance. This is their latest album, which I unfortunately did not pick up, but I did pick up a cassette copy of their first album. One that I've had in my collection for a little while now, actually, this CD, Caustic Hordes. I think I got it in a monthly Metalhead box, maybe. It's on CDN Records, of course. Puts out a lot of independent stuff from Canada and beyond. And yeah, like I said, some really killer thrash. They delivered an awesome performance. It was super fun. Some great riffs, etc. So I ended up picking up a cassette by these guys. I picked up 2 copies, actually. I'm going to send one off. This is what the cassette looks like versus the CD. And it totally bangs as well. Get the black shell. And here is the inner sleeve of the cassette. Yeah, Korrosive. If you haven't heard these guys out, do yourselves a favor and check them out. Highly recommend if you're into thrash. Just great, cool vocals too. Some great bass work on some of the tracks. It really stands out. I dig it overall. Now back to Sacrifice. Like I said, my second time seeing Sacrifice. So the novelty of finally getting to see these guys for the first time ever live was a little worn off, because I'd seen them, I think, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. It was before the pandemics, for sure. Anyway, it was great to see them up on the big stage, and I had recently picked this up as well, their Volume 6 album, so I was a little familiar with the new album. Didn't get the vinyl of this when it came out. It was just a little too pricey, and I missed my chance. So I ended up picking up on cassette. Cursed Blessings, Canadian label putting it out. Tape shop. And here they are, all 4 original members of Sacrifice, which is a huge statement all on its own. The lyrics, etc. for Volume 6. Like I said, I had this for a little bit in my collection, and I've been rocking it slowly. I have to say, I find Sacrifice is a little bit, as I said, a little bit lacking catchiness in their tracks. It's like a little bit like listening to Voivod's Roar album, I find. Just extremely raw, in your face thrash metal. Super fast and super aggressive. And pretty amazing that they can still pull that off. Really well done. Very tight performance and technically sound. And I also picked this up at the show. This is a recent Sacrifice cassette too. This is a live recording of them in Japan in 2018. Also put out by Cursed Blessings. Got the red shell. And this one is really sick too. Slightly different song list than what they did the other night. I think they played like 20 songs or so. But cool to get this live recording cassette. On the inside you got the actual flyer from that fest in Japan. Pretty amazing lineup there. Blood Feast, Hirax, Razor, Tankard. You got Abigail as well playing at this thing. Along with At War, Sacrifice. Yeah. I think the tape just recently came out. This is the recording, obviously, from 2018. And it kicks off, the first track is World War 5 studio version. So I think it starts off with a studio track and then the live recording. So I've been rocking that a little bit lately. Yeah, so this is kind of a mix of recent pickups and stuff I've been listening to all metal in this edition. I did pick up one other cassette at the show. This was another band that played on the lineup that unfortunately I missed. Maldita. It's some hardcore punk with Spanish lyrics. I think they're from Toronto, but lyrics, vocals in Spanish. I'm gonna give that a listen. I listened a little bit to it online. It sounds pretty sick. So that was good. Altogether, good show. Now let's get into the CDs. I've been rocking. I got 4 or 5 CDs here to show you guys, including the New Testament. So I'll give you guys my thoughts on the New Testament. Just got it 2 days ago. Rocked it a few times now. My initial thoughts on this: it's great to have a New Testament album. It's been, I think, 4 or 5 years since the last one, and I have seen them live now 2, 3-ish times maybe, including once at a festival. And again, technically proficient, super good musicianship. Chuck Billy's got a range of different vocal styles now that he pulls out. I actually really appreciate the variety of genres on this album, sub-metal genres on this album. That being said, not all the songs are for me. Not a fan of like the slower ballady track. What is it, High Noon, or is it Meant to Be? I think it's one of those two. Also, well, not a fan of a couple of other ones either. My favorites on this one, we'll go with favorites. Obviously, the opener, For the Love of Pain. Infanticide AI is pretty good. Maybe a little bit cheesy lyric-wise, but you know, it's cool. Shadow People, not bad. And the last song, of course, the title track, Parabellum, is also banging as well. Basically, I kind of favor the more harsher death metal type vocals when Chuck Billy does that. Steve DiGiorgio, I think, is still on bass on this thing, but they've got the newer drummer on this album. Drums sound good. It's very modern production, obviously. And yeah, I've been watching a lot of reviews on this album. There's a lot of hype on this album, as there should be with a legacy band like that still putting out records. What is this, like maybe their 20th album or something? It's pretty solid. I'm glad I got it. Don't know. I'm not a super hardcore Testament fan. Like I don't pull for Testament all the time. They're not my favorite thrash metal band, but they are really solid, and they do have some good moments and good songs, and I would say pretty similar stuff for this album. We'll see if it makes my end of year top 10 ranking. There hasn't been too many things I picked up this year. The next 3 CDs I'm going to show you guys are actually from past years as well. Next up, I got a CD that is, I think, a bootleg copy, if I'm not mistaken. This is the debut album by Nominun, killer Swedish death metal band. This is, like I said, their first album from 99, 98, 99. And I only have one of their records, an album that came out in 2012, I think, and I really dug it. It's kind of blackened death metal. But the reason why I think that this CD is got to be a bootleg, because I don't see any label. There's no label information on it anywhere, and the CD itself looks a little bit fuzzy as well, a little bit. So yeah, Diabolical Bloodshed, it still rocks really well. Gotta love that Swedish death metal. Some really good playing on there, but it's dark and heavy. I think I was brand new sealed, so, and it was just in my pile of CDs to listen to. I think I might have got it on the monthly Metalhead box, maybe, or something. Doesn't show up in Discogs, like I said, no label on it. And it also has the 2 extra songs on here, because originally this album is only 8 tracks. This has got number 9. It's got Genocide, a re-recording done in 2001, and a re-recording in 2005 of Servants of the Moonlight on here. So a couple tracks repeated, but been rocking that a little bit. Also rocked this a little bit. I can't talk too much about this band. I didn't do a big research on these guys, but this is the second album by this band, Gravesend. Just some killer grindcore stuff here, crusty death metal. Tons of tracks on this thing. There's like each track's about 2-3 minutes long. Kind of just a big wall of noise cut up into like 2-3 minute bits is one way I would describe this. I like it. It's better than the first album for me. For some reason, I don't know, this one seems to have clicked more. I had the first album, I sold it, passed it on. It's on 20 buck spin, so there you go. Little Gravesend. Bit of a palate cleanser in amongst some of the thrash, I guess, to get some grind and heavy brutal death metal like that. And then something a little different. Acid Witch. Just picked this up on the weekend in Toronto. A little expensive for a used CD, 20 bucks, but it's a really good album, ripper of an album. Acid Witch. First time actually hearing these guys. I heard of them. I got a t-shirt actually in the Metalhead box, but hadn't really heard their stuff until now, and it's really decent. It's very Black Sabbathy, obviously. Doom metal. These guys are from Detroit, and it's an older album. Rot Among Us might be the first album by them, not sure, but yeah, I really dig this. Again, a little bit of variety in the styles, but overall doom Sabbath style. A little bit of psych metal as well in there, psych rock. So yeah, been rocking that as well. And that is my update, my metal update for this week. Some CDs and cassettes I've been rocking, and the Sacrifice and Korrosive concert. I'll see you guys soon.